Today being International Schoolmeals Day, which is celebrated annually every second Thursday in March and takes place on the 9th of March this year of 2023. It's a unique movement that creates awareness about healthy eating for all children around the world. I really am identifying with this day because I recently had to change my diet, my 5-year-old's diet of what we pack for him in school. So the Peri Scorpions did go out there and found the one and only, an amazing, super perilicious, Nandocalicious dietitian, Melabina. She's on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you well?
I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
You know, when you're talking all things healthy, I'm going to be telling you that I'm going to enjoy our conversation because I haven't exactly been good to my new 2023 goals. But before we start, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you become a dietitian?
Well, where do I start? I think for me, initially, I didn't even know what the word dietitian is until, I really loved home economics in school. So for me, it was because of the love of food, and I had a relative who was studying, I think, food science or something like that. So I would always be fascinated about the things that she'd make at home and things like that. And I was like, no, I want to do what you do. And she's like, but why don't you become a dietitian? And I really didn't, know what that is. And I researched and I really kind of, liked what the profession was about. Because I think a lot of people think being a dietitian is just about telling people not to eat, eat lettuce and tomatoes and things like that. But for me, I appreciate the profession because I understand that it's, it's about teaching people how to eat, to nourish their bodies at the same time, to enjoy, the food, not always feel guilty, but enjoy the food in a sense that you know when to eat and you know when to stop eating. Just having a healthy relationship with food, not about starving yourself and things like that.
Now, today being International School Meals Day, right? Why are school meals so important?
Well, we need to understand that in terms of, growth and development of a child, especially the brain development, nutrition is very, very important. And also with regards to the health and well-being of a child. Remember, things like flus and other infections, if you are not well nourished, you are prone to, getting colds and flus and all these other infections. And remember also, if we're providing healthy school meals, children are less likely to be obese and also preventing health conditions. And also, like I mentioned, with food, because of brain development, and we see it as a way of improving academic performance. Because a child who's hungry, they can't concentrate in class, they can't focus. So in terms of that, it's also helpful. Yeah. And the other thing, remember, we all come from different backgrounds. Some kids, you find that the only meal that they have is actually what the school provides. Yeah. So in terms of food security, it helps in terms of that. And I would say also in terms of, equality and inclusion. Sometimes some kids might have money and might eat certain things and some might not have access to. Yeah. So it kind of forms like a level playing field for all students that get the same meal, the same nutrients. So no child is left out. So in a nutshell, that's why it's important.
Now, I remember when we were young, my mother and my grandmother used to say breakfast is the most important part of the most important meal of the day and the most important way to start your day. How important is this for that child of today?
As I mentioned previously, again, it's like food is fuel for the brain. So for you to be able to function cognitively well and, for memory and concentration, it's important that you get a good, decent breakfast. So, because remember, obviously school starts in the morning, so you don't want a child to go to school with an empty stomach. Yeah. Because otherwise they're going to get all jittery and, fidget and not focus in class. And I think the other thing that, research has also shown us very well is that children that are not well nourished when they go into school, they're less likely to do well, especially in subjects like literacy and mathematics. So, as a country, that's one thing that we struggle with. So it's important that at least the child can get something before, they start school or they start school in the morning or things like that. And
absolutely.
I think also the other thing is just children, obviously, a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, but sometimes they can't concentrate. So irritability and restlessness. If a child is not getting breakfast, they're going to get fatigued easily. And for you to be able to focus in class, you need to be well nourished. And remember, it's not just about any food. It's for us to give the proper food that will make a child, be able to pay attention in class and not fidget and, all those things.
Lastly, before we let you go, Mama, on International Schools Meals Day, how important is it for parents to bring and get proactive with their children's lunchboxes?
I think a lot of times as parents, especially if we try to educate ourselves and empower ourselves with the information that is out there, we are able to give, our children the good food that they should be getting in. And also, I think involving our children in a way that when you make your lunch, you tell them, okay, baby, I'm giving you this fruit. It's going to help you, to fight infection. I'm giving you this protein. It's going to help you, be strong. So it's important that we also engage our children while we're making them know why they should be eating certain food. Because remember, there's a lot of pressure once, they're outside. They can buy anything. So I think that at home, it's important that we educate them about the value of food and why we give them certain things. And I think also as a parent, in terms of the quality and the safety of the food, you have much more control in terms of how you make your food safer and how you make it more healthy other than somebody from outside. And obviously, I think in terms of cost, you are more able to control how much money you're able to spend other than giving a child money to buy something from school. So I think it's very important as parents to be very involved, to know what your children are eating. Even with school meals, we should know what they're providing at school, even the things that they're studying at the tuck shop. I think as parents, we should be involved to say, what is it? Are they giving too much sugary things? How are they encouraging our children to drink water, to eat more vegetables and things like that? So we should be more involved in even what's being served in schools, what's being sold in schools.
Thank you very much, Mama Sfundeka Kulu.